Attorney General Martin Pakula, good morning.
Good morning, Neil.
Now, you're not as yet accepting all these recommendations?
We're accepting all of the recommendations in his first report. There are 24, and we're either going to implement them or go further. The second report, we've only had a few days, and they actually go to more systemic issues. We'll work very closely with the agencies involved, primarily Victoria Police, the DPP and the courts, but we're very supportive of a number of the recommendations in the second report as well. But the first report will be the basis of a large part of the legislation we'll introduce in May, and there'll be a second wave of legislation later in the year.
Bottom line, will there be fewer people on bail? Will it be harder to get bail? Will you keep more in jail?
Yes. Simple answer is yes. This will lead to an increase in the number of people held on remand, and it will do that for a couple of reasons. One, because the system will place a higher priority on community safety than ever before. As you know, bail's always a balance between the presumption of innocence and community safety, but there'll be a higher priority on community safety. There's a whole range of new offences where there'll be a presumption against bail, and there'll be other offences, including aggravated carjacking and aggravated home invasion, which are being put in the same category as murder and terrorism, which is the exceptional circumstances test applies. So you only get bail in the rarest of circumstances.
And which offences are added to that list?
Aggravated carjacking, aggravated home invasion, and then a whole range of offences added to the presumption against, including rape, kidnapping, armed robbery, intentionally or recklessly causing serious injury with gross violence, culpable driving causing death, importantly, dangerous or negligent driving while pursued by police, and the persistent contravention of a family violence intervention order. They'll all move into the category of presumption against bail.
So there's a presumption, you've got to argue for bail there, and in the other cases, bail only in exceptional circumstances.
Correct.
Will that apply to juveniles?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
So you're going to need a bigger juvenile facility?
Well, look, hopefully a number of young people, reflect on their conduct and make that unnecessary. But, the government does recognise that there will be resource implications as a consequence of implementing these changes. We've got a new 1,000-bed facility coming online later in the year. We've got $75 million for the corrections budget in the budget that was handed down last week. And we've also put $25 million into KISP, which is a very, very important program. That is the program that allows more intensive bail supervision conditions and means that some people who would otherwise be on bail, if there were more KISP places available, will be able to be accommodated. That's a key part of his recommendations.